Think back to those moments of disrespect. You know the ones, the words that stung, the looks that lingered. Why do these memories stay so sharp, so alive in our minds? It's no accident. These are what psychologists call flashbulb memories, vivid, unshakable imprints left by intense emotions. And when we're disrespected, it's not just the act that sears into us, but the emotions it triggers: anger, shame, hurt. They grip us, anchoring the memory deep within. But here's the real question. What if you could control how these moments affect you? What if you could deflect the impact and keep your peace? We all know the feeling of being disrespected, that sharp sting that catches us off guard. Getting disrespected happens to everyone, regardless of their status, achievements, or character. And yes, even the most admirable people face disrespect at times. When it happens, we tend to get frustrated and upset. It's like our emotions demand that we get immediate recognition and justice, as if something fundamental about our worth has been challenged. This pulls us to all sorts of negative thoughts and actions. But let's apply our Stoic pause here. Is this line of thought our only option? Can we take back control and redirect these emotions to something that is positive? Stoicism tells us yes. Not only is this possible, it's a skill we can develop. Today we'll explore 10 practical Stoic lessons that will help you handle disrespect with wisdom and protect your peace. You might be wondering, how can it be that even people worthy of respect sometimes get disrespected? Well, here's a perspective we need to be mindful of. The disrespect often comes from people who don't really know everything about the person they're disrespecting. So, it's really something that is not within our control. All we can do is control how we feel when it happens and how we respond. Can you remember how you usually respond to disrespect? Put it down in the comments section. Sharing your experience helps, especially now that you're working on improving your responses. Now, let's begin with our first lesson. Number 1. Keep calm. How often do you let a rude comment or a dismissive gesture dictate your emotions? Disrespect can feel like a quick spark, igniting anger or hurt. But remember, it's our reaction, not the act itself, that gives it power. Epictetus reminds us, if someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. Imagine a coworker interrupting you mid-sentence in a meeting. The initial response is a flash of frustration, maybe even embarrassment. But what if instead you let that spark fizzle out? By staying calm, you transform the insult into empty words. You don't give away control to someone else's lack of respect. Instead, you hold on to your peace. Keeping calm in the face of disrespect is like having a quiet fortress within, an unshakable place that others can't reach. Picture yourself standing in the middle of a bustling city. The honking cars, the rushing people, even the occasional shove. You don't engage with each noise or nudge, you simply walk forward. When we learn to meet disrespect with calm, we're signaling that our inner world doesn't bend to external chaos. In the end, the ability to stay grounded isn't just a response. It's a quiet power that reflects strength far beyond the need to react. Number 2. Reflect on yourself. How often do you pause to ask if there's truth behind a harsh remark? When disrespected, it's tempting to dismiss the other person's words outright, but the Stoics urge us to start by reflecting inward. Seneca taught, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Think of a time when someone criticized your approach to work. The immediate impulse is likely to defend yourself, to prove them wrong. But what if you took a moment to consider, Could there be a nugget of truth that serves you? Not every insult is baseless. Sometimes it reveals something you can refine or improve. Self-reflection isn't about self-doubt. It's about self-betterment. Instead of seeing disrespect as an attack, view it as a test, a tool that sharpens your character. By asking, "Is there a lesson here?" you take control, turning a potential hit to your pride into a source of growth. Think of it as a carpenter refining their craft, adjusting their tools with each new piece of wood. In the same way, use each moment of disrespect to hone who you are, rather than let it define you. Number 3. Learn to pause. Have you noticed that most regrettable reactions come when we don't allow ourselves a moment to breathe? Seneca put it perfectly when he said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Picture a situation where someone cuts in front of you in line or speaks to you in a condescending tone. The body's natural reaction is tension. Your pulse quickens, your face heats up. But here's where the power of pause comes in, taking a deliberate breath. By delaying that impulse to respond, you create a moment of clarity, a chance to choose reason over reaction. The pause isn't passive. It's a skill, an act of control that protects your dignity. Think of it like pulling back on the reins of a powerful horse. You're harnessing energy and redirecting it, not letting it run wild. In practicing this pause, you're turning down the volume on others' negativity, allowing your response to be aligned with your values. When you reclaim that moment of silence, you're choosing patience over impulse, showing that your self-control is stronger than anyone's attempt to unsettle it. Number 4. Have empathy. When someone disrespects you, can you imagine what may be happening behind their mask of indifference or rudeness? The Stoics encourage us to view others with empathy, recognizing that their actions often stem from inner struggles. Marcus Aurelius said, "Whenever you're about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" Imagine dealing with a frustrated client who lashes out without cause. Rather than letting it penetrate, consider what challenges they may be carrying. Maybe they're stressed, worried, or overwhelmed. This isn't an excuse for bad behavior, but it gives you the power to not take it personally. Empathy doesn't mean you allow others to mistreat you. It means you understand that their actions are not necessarily a reflection of you. Imagine it like standing behind a glass wall. You observe their distress without letting it reach you. Responding with empathy, rather than anger, shields you from unnecessary emotional weight and allows you to keep your peace intact. By recognizing that their disrespect is often a mirror of their own turmoil, you're able to respond with strength, not spite. Number 5. Concentrate on virtue. When faced with disrespect, do you center yourself in your core values, or do you let the behavior of others sway you? The Stoics held virtue as the highest good, and with good reason. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." In the face of a subtle jab or a snide comment, focusing on virtue means reminding yourself of the qualities you stand for. Imagine someone belittling your ideas in a team setting. Rather than diving into defensiveness, hold to your sense of integrity, honesty, and composure. This unwavering commitment to virtue means you refuse to be pulled off course. Choosing virtue over reaction isn't passive. It's a way to maintain authority over your life. Think of it like a ship navigating through rough waters, guided by a compass that keeps it steady. When disrespect tries to throw you off balance, Focusing on your virtues keeps you grounded. By acting from a place of integrity, you make it clear that your response is dictated by your character, not by their slight. Number 6. Embrace acceptance. Can you accept that disrespect is, in some ways, inevitable? The Stoics believed that accepting life's difficulties was essential to inner peace. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it, said Marcus Aurelius. In modern life, we're bound to encounter individuals who test our patience, a stranger's thoughtless remark, a friend's dismissive attitude. Instead of resenting these moments, accepting that people have different values and perspectives is freeing. It allows you to release the need for their approval or validation. Acceptance, however, isn't resignation. It's the decision to remain centered despite external discord. Imagine walking through a rainy day. You can grumble and get soaked, or you can carry on with an umbrella, accepting the rain as part of life. By choosing to accept disrespect as part of the human experience, you save your energy for things that genuinely matter. This acceptance strengthens you, making it clear that your peace is not up for grabs. Number 7. Use humor. Can you imagine using humor as a shield rather than a weapon? The Stoics understood that laughter can diffuse tension and elevate the soul. Picture a colleague making a sarcastic remark at your expense. Rather than taking it to heart, what if you responded with a light-hearted comment? Humor has the ability to disarm, allowing you to handle situations without bitterness. This approach is not about self-deprecation, but about finding a way to rise above, showing that your confidence isn't shaken by others' opinions. Think of humor as a release valve for tension. It's like putting a harmless twist on a difficult moment. A small joke can make the disrespect feel trivial and remind you that there's little need to dwell on it. By laughing off minor slights, you show that your spirit is resilient. You aren't held captive by someone else's words. Instead, you elevate the moment, making it clear that their comments don't define you. Number 8. Set clear boundaries. Are you willing to set boundaries when necessary? Stoicism isn't about passively enduring anything thrown your way. It's about maintaining your dignity. A boundary is a way of calmly asserting, "I deserve respect." Suppose a friend repeatedly dismisses your opinions or interrupts you. It may be time to address it calmly and directly. Setting boundaries is not about confrontation. It's about expressing that you value yourself enough to communicate what's acceptable. Boundaries act like guardrails, keeping interactions respectful and dignified. It's similar to a riverbank guiding the water. Without it, there's chaos. Setting boundaries allows you to protect your self-worth, ensuring that your peace isn't disrupted by disrespect. By calmly and assertively drawing the line, you maintain control over your interactions and show that respect is a mutual expectation. Number 9. Choose forgiveness. Can you free yourself by forgiving those who've wronged you? The Stoics viewed forgiveness as an act of liberation. To forgive isn't to condone, it's to let go of the weight of resentment. Imagine a family member who has repeatedly been dismissive of your efforts. Harboring anger only burdens you, not them. Seneca reminds us that to be angry at anything means you've forgotten that everything is transitory. By choosing forgiveness, you're choosing freedom, allowing yourself to move forward without the chains of bitterness. Forgiveness isn't about them, it's about reclaiming your peace. Think of it like laying down a heavy stone you've been carrying. The lightness that follows is your reward. When you forgive, you're protecting yourself from ongoing harm. It's an act of strength, allowing you to let go and refocus on the things that truly matter, like your own growth and happiness. Number 10. Change your perspective. Finally, can you see disrespect as an insignificant blip rather than a major affront? Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. What if you viewed disrespect as a tiny pebble in the vast road of life, barely worth the energy it takes to brush it aside? Seeing disrespect from this angle diminishes its power. It becomes small, irrelevant, like noise in the background. Changing your perspective makes you less reactive and more resilient. It's like adjusting the zoom on a camera. What once seemed large and significant is now a tiny dot in the frame. By choosing a broader perspective, you're reminded that others' opinions don't dictate your value. You're free to walk your path without letting others derail your focus on what truly matters. With these 10 Stoic principles, you have a game plan to deflect disrespect while maintaining your inner peace. Every technique, from staying calm and pausing to viewing disrespect as an opportunity for growth, builds up a fortress of resilience within you. Each act of self-control, each choice to rise above, strengthens your command over your reactions and over your life. By applying this wisdom, you can face disrespect not as a personal attack, but as something that reflects more on others than on you. It's a quiet yet powerful way to remind yourself that your peace is yours to protect, regardless of the storms around you. And that's the power of inner strength, a strength that allows you to remain unfazed, to act as if nothing bothers you, no matter what comes your way. Every act of restraint, every moment of calm under pressure builds up that resilient core. If today's video resonated with you, you'll definitely want to dive into our next one, 18 Principles from Epictetus. Act as if nothing bothers you. There we'll explore Epictetus's powerful insights that can deepen your ability to stand strong, grounded, and unshaken by whatever life throws at you. If you found value in today's discussion, consider sharing this video. It just might help someone else deflect negativity and hold their peace. And for more Stoic strategies and insights, hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're the first to catch each new video. Until next time, let's keep building that inner strength. Thank you for watching.